Hi everyone. In this video, we are going to take a look at some of the latest updates Microsoft has recently made in SharePoint, and some of them are regarding Copilot. So we'll take a look at them. So just to give an overview, some new web parts are added in the out of the box. Few web parts are got updated with some extra feature, and there's some two updates regarding Copilot. So we'll take a look at them one by one quickly. So let me switch back to my site that I've created. So first let me share you the first thing Microsoft did is added a section option that is for the flexible, that is called flexible layout. So earlier, if you remember, if you want to add section, there are only few of them, one column, two column, and we don't have that much flexibility to move component from one end to other end. But this is possible in the flexible layout. So if I add this flexible layout, I will give a background image. So I will add a custom background image, but you can choose image from here as well. So I will add one background here, will upload from my system. Here in this flexible layout, you have the option to increase the height as well. So you have the full flexibility to add web part at any place here. So let me try it with first the out of the box web part. So let me just grab it, the text editor web part. Here I will put a word hello world. I will give it a height, give it a weight, and make it as a heading. So now if I select this web part, you see I have option here to move this web part anywhere in this canvas. So let's me just put it here. I will add one another web part for image. So I will add one images as well. So let me just take those images from the online on directly. So let me just use this image. I will drop this image just below it. If you see here for images, I have option. The image is in a rectangle format, but I can make it any shape. So let's say if I want to make it as the teardrop, I will make it, and let's put that image here. You can add multiple images to create a beautiful design. So let me add one another image as well. So let's add an image of the building. And this time I will make some another shape like this one. Now you have the flexibility here. Let's say you have two images and you want to create some design. So you see how this image is overlapping above the other one. So you can customize this one. So let's say if you want to have this image on top of this building image, what you can do, you can just select that image. Here you have the option to arrange item and just click on bring to front. So it will be at the front and you can customize it. After that, let's say if I want to have some tool picker, or let's say countdown web part to show, and here I will drag it. You can directly add here if you have any title or any upcoming event that you want to showcase to your employee on your intranet, you can easily do that. I will add as much web part app needed. So this flexible layout will give a lot of flexibility in terms of design. In responsive, it might not work the way you expect, but yes, for the design, you have full flexibility here. Now, one thing to notice, these are all the out of the box web part I can add. But if you want to have the custom web part that you created using SPFX, you want to be happier here, there is one setting you need to do. So let me just share that blog with you. I will also put a description here as well if you want to add that in your web part. So let me just open it. So here is the blog. I will share this in a description as well. So this is the release in 1.21 flexible layout configuration. So unlike if you want to make your web part full width, then we have to write a key and value. We have to write one line in our JSON file that support full width equal to true. Similar way, we have to use this one in our code, and here we have flexible layout sizing. Support is the boolean value true and false, default row height and default column width. So this you need to do so that your web part will be supported for the flexible layout. Then you have option, as I already told you, to increase and decrease its heights. Then second one will see the editorial card web part. I will delete this flexible layout, and for the editorial card I will use the 3-column design. Will give the background image option, or let's say I will use this gradient. If I click on it, here we have the editorial cards. So here if you see, we have 3 design options. One is image overlay, second is color block, and one is split. And for both of them we have the content alignment option. So if I do not add anything, and let's see how it is designed. So let's say if I click on left, then content is all the way to the left, and similar way we have the text formatting left, right and center. You can also decide whether you want to place that content on top, on middle and at the bottom. And this is the distribute vertically. That means there is a same spacing in between more and two of your elements. So I will use this center and keep it as center only. You have also option to give a background image, or you can choose a color as well. If you want to add image, you can add it here. So let me just upload it. So I have added one background image. After that you have the overlay option here. So if you want to add one overlay, so currently you cannot see here. So if I increase its opacity, so you can see this overlay is there, but that is only in the color block. If I change the design, the overlay will be completely, and if I change this opacity, then it will take a complete width and height. So let me just put a dark background so it will appear good. So you can add a heading. So this component you might use, let's say if you have any employee benefits, any offers, if you want to showcase it here, you can use this component. I will duplicate it. Let me just drag and drop here. Let me use another design. So we'll use a color block. So color block is like this. So let me just play with some designs here. I will make it like this. Content, link, over text, you can add it here. So if I, let's say, add a link, so I will directly put the link to this, and I want to save the button, so I can show the button here. So you have multiple options. If you want to show it is a text, it will, the link will appear in a text format. Similarly, if I choose split, then it has the image at the top and content at the bottom, and here also you have the same option to play with. So this is the editorial card web part introduced. Then there is one thing, we already have the hero web part. So what they did in the hero web part, they have added the carousel functionality. So I will use a full width section, and here we have the hero. So you see there were some multiple options, but now the carousel option is introduced, where you can have the slider like experience on your web part. So if I click on add slide, so notice how the slides are getting added. So you see we have the slides like this. If you want to add a content in the slides, you just have to select here, click on add or image or a link. So for now what I will do, I will just add one image. Then for the second one, I'm going to add another image. And for the third one as well, let's add one more image. Let's say something about some C. Okay, now you have this one. Now for every slide you have option to have the overlay color. So currently it is white and dark. You see, if I select white, I can increase or decrease its opacity. So sometimes if your image is too bright for text to show, so you can use the black one, so that you can have the dark opacity so that your text will be visible. And if you choose white, then let's say if your image is too dark to show the text over it, so you can use this one. Then we have the alignment option as well. So let me just add one dummy topic. Let's say I will just copy the content from here. So you see we have the topic, it will appear at top. This is the title and this is description. You can make it the alignment as well. So if you make it center, right and left. You can always add a link. If you want to add a link, it will show in the button like structure or board you can choose. And after the thing you've done, if you want to have the slide order different. So let's say currently the first slide is we are holding ourselves. If you want to have this at the last, so you can just click on it and drag and drop to the last. So in this way, you can change the order of the slides as well. And other design options are tiles and layers. That was initially the thing they have added is the carousel. So if you are more like to design some kind of sliders, you can definitely use this web part. Then few updates are here from the Copilot thing. For this, you have to use the Copilot license. You must have the license assigned. Without that, you are not able to do that. So I am navigating to my different environment where I have the Copilot license. So the first is page creation using Copilot. So you all know like we can create a new page here. We have the option to create a page. But now what we can do, we can create a page with the Copilot. So if I click on it, it will give me a certain prompts. So you can create a newsletter, you can create events, or you can describe in your own prompt. It will create a page for you. You can start with this one. It's a news post. And here is the page option. But if you'd like to start in on your own, so I have already write some dummy prompt. So it's not that much big. So I'm just creating a web page that wanted to inform the employees about how to prevent and how to stay protected from the cyber attacks. The page should be visually appealing, informative, and simple to navigate. So this is just a simple prompt I gave. If you want to create a page, if you have some file or presentation based on that you want to create a page, you can always attach the files here. So you can add the files. So here you have the option to add the files. You can set the tone. So for this, I will use the engaging tone and make it concise. I don't want to make too much longer, but yes, you can always have the length defined. And let's hit this. So what it will do, it will create a page for you. It will add the content for you. And the design is always defined by itself only. If you want to change the design, let's wait for this process to finish. If you interrupt this or if you directly did this, then there will be some error. So if you can see here at the end, I can see the complete process. So 2 by 8. So let's assume that there are some 8 sections or 8 things are going to happen. So let's wait for this to finish. But if you want to stop at any point, you have the option to stop. So if you click on stop, it will stop at that moment only. So for what I will do, I will just wait for this to finish. So I will pause the video because it will take some time, not more than a minute. But yes, I will pause the video and we'll resume once done. So after a minute, the page creation has been completed. You see, we have the option that keep it. If I scroll to this, I want to keep it. Let me save this so that we'll take a look how the page is created. So let's start from the top. It added the background image, then a title to the page, introduction to cybersecurity. Then it mentioned common types of cyber attack. That is good. Then best practices for the online safety, it has included. Then how to secure your devices, update your software, enable MFA, phishing scams, then what to do if we falls under cyber attack, and all this information I think it gave in a proper format. If you want to change this, you can always edit the page, you can rewrite or you can restructure the formatting. If you want to have the section upward or downward, if you want to have the images, you can do that here. One thing I will tell you here only. So that's the second update about Copilot. Copilot in a rich text editor web part. So we all know we have the text editor web part from the SharePoint itself. So it's out of the box web part, not custom. So here we have the option for Copilot so that we can rewrite the things. So if you want to, if you created a news from scratch, if you would like to have the, or you want to adjust its length, or you want to adjust its tone, so you can do that. So currently it's, let's say, the creative or the casual or friendly tone we have selected. If you want to make it more professional, you can just select that. You can go to Copilot and you can use it here. So let's say if I click on creative, it will create creative page. So these are some of the updates from the Microsoft and the SharePoint you have made. So there are a SharePoint roadmap as well online. So you can always keep an eye out on that so that you will get updated. So this is how it rewrite the post. So this is my original post, how to secure devices, and here way to safeguard your devices. If you want to keep it, you can always replace it, or if you would like to have that below that one, you can insert below. But I will just completely replace it. And once done, you can just click on post. So it will post the page. Okay, these are the few updates I wanted to tell you guys about this, and some of you already know about this. And the one thing I would like to include here regarding the flexible layouts and editorial cards, these things I think are not yet available in all tenants. If your tenant has set up the targeted release for everyone, then these updates might available to you. But if you did not set up that configuration, then they might not available to you. But yeah, I think they will be rolled out soon. So let me tell you how you can check that. This is my developer tenant. So what you can do, you have to go to admin center. So what the difference is, I will tell you directly. So let me just go back to that page. So just go to admin center. Then here we have the settings, we have the organization settings, we have the organization profile, and then we have the option called release preferences. And the description says, choose how your organization gets a new feature and service update from M365. So if you are doing this very first time, your option might set to the standard release for everyone. So standard release means whenever Microsoft roll out any updates for the global audience, like you have heard the term like GAP, like public preview, general availability. So you will receive an update only if they are publicly accessible or roll out worldwide. But if you set targeted release for everyone, then there might be cases, because every time we release a new feature, we have to test it. We have to get a feedback from user. So in that case, if I set to this, then I will get all the latest update from the Microsoft early as compared to other. So I have turned this on. That's why I can see the flexible layout and editorial card. So if you are a developer tenant, you can always turn this on to check like what are the new updates are coming, right? And then the last one is targeted release for selected users. So you can pick up the users from whom you want to set targeted release. But for a development purpose, I will just select my entire tenant to get the updates early. If you have any doubts or any question regarding this, you can always let me know in comments. Thank you.